Guys, hi people that watch my YouTube channel. So today's video, I'm going to be doing a 1-year post-op of my double jaw surgery. So basically, I had a big overbite. It was about a 10mm overbite, and I had my upper jaw broken and expanded, and then I had the lower jaw moved backwards. So this is the results after a year. Now, this was not exactly how my teeth looked like after the jaw surgery. My teeth didn't look as good as what they do look like now. Sorry, if you can see food in my teeth, I'm so sorry. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So everything lines up. And wow, I did not think about how big of a difference that was gonna make. Sorry if you guys saw any food in my teeth. So I'm just so shocked. Like, to see all these teeth line up is so crazy. So I highly recommend getting the surgery. If you are a little nervous, do your research because it's definitely worth looking into. And all that, and I was so happy. I'm so glad my profile. So you can see like the chin of my nose and the edge of my chin line up really nicely now. I will say one of my complications that I had with the surgery was a little bit of numbness. I still have a little bit of patchiness, but for the most part, I would highly recommend getting jaw surgery. Dr. Murr did an awesome job, and I would highly recommend that you look into his work because he does an amazing job. I will just say on the day of my surgery, it was on June 20th, and I remember we walked in, and they had these molds. And they were molds of my teeth before, and then they did the molds for after the jaw surgery. And they had like my little plastic splint that I wore in my mouth for so long. I think a month. Yeah, a month after my surgery, I wore the plastic splint, and basically it kept my teeth in line. I'm gonna see if I can find it, but if I can't, I'm sorry about that. I didn't think I was gonna make this video, but alright, I can't find it, so I'm just saying is that, for example, for the record, you know, you're gonna get double jaw surgery. You're gonna get a little plate that's put in your mouth, and it's gonna hold your bite together. It's gonna hold everything together. I had to get these what are they called? They look like fish hooks on my teeth, and I had to get those put on so that they could put some wire through on the braces and wire that splint on the top of my mouth. So yeah, this was a year. It's totally different. My mouth looks totally different. So definitely look into the jaw surgery. There wasn't too much pain because where they cut me was here and here. I'm gonna see if I can zoom up and see if you can and see if we can tell. And I can't. So they cut me like about here, and then they cut me over here. And I do have a little indent. I don't know if that's from the surgery or not. But either way, it doesn't really matter. This is what I was looking for. So as far as the process goes, it took about a year, maybe about a year and a half, because we went and we saw Dr. Murr, and he did look at my face, and he was like, let's give this a year. Let's see if his, face catches up with the rest of his face. And it didn't catch up, so we went in for appointments. They took an MRI. I'm sorry I'm doing this video from the side. Like, I'm now confident enough to show you the side of my face. So what they ended up doing was they did an MRI. From that MRI, they generated a CT scan, which was an MRI, but then they did a 3D model of my face, of my jaw specifically, so they were able to make the molds of my teeth. And then they made the splint using the molds. And oh my god, the pain was pretty bad, but it wasn't as bad as like getting your braces tightened. If anything, it was probably just as worse, but I don't want to say that it was worse than that or it was better than that. It was very uncomfortable, but it wasn't unbearable. I think the worst was not being able to eat. For like a month. I had to do a liquid diet, and my mom would put the stuff in the blender. And wow, that stuff was not good, but I'm telling you, this was all worthwhile. It was worth all the pain, the effort that was put into, getting this all put together. It was essentially putting this puzzle piece together. It was challenging, but it was definitely worth it.